Apprentice, assassin, the one hidden from the gaze of Lord Vader. Darth Sidious did actually take upon himself a pupil while having Darth Vader as his main Imperial enforcer, an apprentice. Despite Vader being the obvious choice, Darth Sidious was not stupid, and he came to realize that after his injuries, Darth Vader would never hold the true potential to ever surpass him. So in order to preserve the Empire that the Sith had worked for so long to construct, Darth Sidious trained a pupil in secret. This pupil was Mara Jade, and today we will be breaking down the disturbing origins of the Emperor's assassin, as well as Luke Skywalker's future wife. As the wife of Luke Skywalker in Legends continuity, Mara Jade played a critical role in his development past the events of Return of the Jedi. But it wasn't always like this. Originally, Mara Jade was actually one of the Emperor's assassins, and she bore an intense hatred for Luke, after she believed that he ruined her life by killing the Emperor. Luke had unintentionally made Mara's life difficult following the destruction of the first Death Star. Unbeknownst to both him and Vader, Mara had been given a special mission to assassinate Luke, and she was nearly successful in doing so. Having successfully infiltrated Jabba's palace disguised as a dancer, Mara was unsuccessful in her attempt to join the others on the sail barge, and thus lost out on her opportunity to kill Luke at the Sarlacc pit. Despite this failure, she was still considered to be a great asset to Palpatine, and was present for many of the greatest events in the Empire's history, watching from secret in the shadow. But who truly was Mara Jade, and where did she come from? Well, that's what we will be focusing on today, looking in the past and the training of Mara Jade in order to gauge just how effective she was as the Emperor's secret apprentice and right hand. Born in 17 BBY, just 2 years after the rise of the Empire, Mara was found and taken by her parents to Darth Sidious when she was a very young child. She grew up in the Imperial Palace as a servant girl, at least to the public eye. Sidious, though, knew her full strength in the Force and had other intentions for her future. So while Mara grew up, she was seen as another one of the Emperor's concubines, or dancing girls, as to avoid suspicion or question by the other members of the Imperial Guard. It's clear, though, that Darth Sidious sensed something special within Mara Jade. In secret, she was pushed through an intense training regiment which involved training alongside the Imperial Red Royal Guard, and learning covert espionage and assassination skills. Anyone who knows anything about the Red Guard is that while they largely weren't Force sensitive, they fought as if they were. A single Royal Guard could change the course of entire battles, and have actually done so in the past. The Royal Guard were selected out of dozens of trainees, and were trained in the ancient form of a Chani martial art, which was the very way of turning one's body into a living weapon. A martial art so effective that it was largely employed against Force users, and to great success. Mara, having trained against these guards, would have received similar training, as well as some rudimentary training in the Force by Darth Sidious directly. She did wield a lightsaber as well as a blaster, and by the time she was 14, she was quite adept in all things assassination. Her final test came when she was given a training exercise to steal important items from Tarkin's personal vault. Mara managed to infiltrate one of Tarkin's dinner parties in disguise, and managed to break into his personal quarters. She was confronted by a few droids, but ended up taking them all down without incident. Pleased with the result of this exercise, Palpatine appointed her as the Emperor's hand, and therefore made him his personal assassin. Oftentimes, she would be his second choice next to Vader directly for important tasks. However, she was far more secretive than Vader was. Sometimes, Mara Jade Skywalker was even the Emperor's first choice when he wanted to keep certain actions secret from Vader directly. Vader and Mara Jade often butted heads as they felt threatened by each other's presence, as neither one wanted to concede the other as Palpatine's true second hand. We all know that Darth Vader was the Emperor's true right hand, as Palpatine kept it a secret from Mara Jade that she was just actually one of the Emperor's hand of several, and not his true apprentice like he promised she would be. In fact, all of the Emperor's hands were ignorant of each other and believed themselves to be the only one. Mara Jade's hubris and sense of self-importance was often what made Vader dislike her so much, and a large source of his annoyance for her. He knew she was one of many and couldn't reveal this information without breaking down what Palpatine was trying to keep hidden. His hatred for Mara Jade, though, did not end here. In later missions, she was assigned to discreetly observe Darth Vader directly, and Mara Jade soon became envious of Vader and sensed a division in him, specifically because she didn't understand the basis of his obsession concerning a young Jedi named Luke. Mara Jade began to hope that Vader would betray the Emperor so that she could kill him and prove herself superior, finally taking her place as the Emperor's one true apprentice. Mara Jade as an adult would be often out amongst the galaxy, always able to hear Palpatine's voice through the Force, as he had set up a telepathic link between himself and all of his other hands. Despite this though, Mara Jade was actually Sidious's favorite, as she was always the most successful and thorough of his hands. Jade carried out Palpatine's will on numerous worlds, eliminating corrupt Imperial officials, traitors, and others who deemed deserving of death or judgment by the one great Emperor. Palpatine's esteem for her was such that he actually allowed her time of relaxation, atypical of Palpatine's usual style. He treated her rather well, which bred in her a very staunch loyalty to him. Whilst on other missions during the events of the Battle of Endor, Mara Jade used her Force link with Palpatine to advise him of her findings, but before she could, he allowed her to witness his destruction by both Vader and Luke, his last command reverberating through the Force to her very mind: "You will kill Luke Skywalker." She was overcome by the death of her Emperor and rendered unconscious. Due to Palpatine's destruction, she ended up losing touch with a good portion of her connection to the Force. This is how deep she had a connection with Darth Sidious, as it is rumored that the very power of Darth Sidious made his hands more powerful as he fed the dark side directly to them. For a time, it was believed that Mara Jade would actually replace Darth Vader as the true apprentice of the Sith. However, of course, this would never come to fruition. In the end, Mara Jade would convert to the ways of the light side of the Force, find love in Luke Skywalker, who she promised to kill, and would become one of the most powerful and prominent Jedi Knights of the new generation. But these are the disturbing origins of Mara Jade Skywalker, as well as the past as a Sith apprentice and assassin, one of the only Darksiders of the period to ever rival the Force potential of Darth Vader, and ever attempt to surpass him. But anyway, my friends, and students of the Force, what are your thoughts on Mara Jade? Had you heard of Mara Jade before this video? And did you know of her origins as one of Emperor Palpatine's many Sith hands? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to support the channel. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.